Hi everyone, and welcome to another video in this series. Thank you for joining me. Today is the 23rd of November 2021, Tuesday. Let's just recap what we went over yesterday and how the setup planned out, how the analysis planned out. So we looked at this higher time frame. I'm just going to take this off the chart. And what happened was there was no trade. So we were looking at, let me just mark it up. The trade was here in the New York session. And what in fact happened is the market just continued to go up. I did not get a entry signal here, and I was looking for the market to break down, retrace, and continue on its way down, with the retracement being the safer entry. And this is why I pointed out that the riskier entry would be here, because we never know, the market can continue on its way up. And I can see now that we've got this clear breakdown. We've broken several structural points. So I'm now looking for that downside. Yesterday wasn't that day. Today is the day that I'll be looking for that to happen. I've got more confirmation of that here. Now, if you placed an order, that risky order with the stop loss above, you're still good. Still the trade is running in profit. I would put that into break even if I entered there yesterday. So for today, what am I going to look for? I can see that we have, let me just take this. If you want to draw a trend line, it's just been broken. I can see that we've got this structural level here broken, which some people look at as support resistance. So I'm looking for an entry short. So where would that short be? So again, this is the London session. This is 10:30 UK time. So I'll be looking at the New York session, and we can mark out several points of entry. So I'm going to be looking at anywhere on this line and above on this level. You can also draw a Fibonacci level for the swing points. You can see that that matches up with the 61.8. So anywhere from here and above would be an entry for me, and that's what I will be looking at for today. The stop loss will be here, so I'll have this as the risk, and I'll be looking at this as the take profit point. And that will be the trade. Now, there'll also be, if it all goes to plan, we'll see what the market wants to do. It may not want to do that. It may just rip straight through. So the safer option for the trade would be, for me, we'll see that turnaround, and then again the market create a retracement and some price action here, and there'll be a smaller entry here to continue to the downside. If looking at this retracement, of course, it will be on the lower time frame, the 5 minute and the 1 minute, which is going to, you have to adjust your risk accordingly. And this is the analysis that I'm looking at the moment for today. And it's really a similar thing. We looked at the pound yen, didn't we? It's a similar thing with the pound yen. Similar picture. Again, we were looking at this yesterday, and again, the market just continued to go up. So it consolidated and then collected more orders, and we could see that at this point it broke through and came back down, and this was a liquidity grab. So as you can see, if the market went beyond the structural point, then this would be invalidated. But since it hasn't, and it's broken down, again, similar thing. We could see major structural points have been broken. We can see an equal lows here, and I'm expecting the market to go down. That's what I'll be looking as a trade. So again, Where would that happen? So I'm just going to zoom in, and where I would like to enter, my preferred entry would be, you can pull out the fib if you want. Just going to put it as a form of reference. Doesn't have to be used. But I would like, obviously, anywhere with at this structural point here, 61.8 and above. So anywhere within this area is where I'll be looking for. And once again, expecting that continuation to the downside of this large move. And once again, it'll be the same kind of pattern. Maybe a retracement on a smaller time frame would be a safer entry, but then I'd have to monitor it, and I'll see what the price action looks like at that time. So I may scale in as well and then take another trade. So that's what I've got for today as an intraday setup. If I go into the higher time frame, I can see that on the pound yen there's a range here. So my preferred one out of these two would be the CAD yen. And let's just take a deeper look. We can see that on the CAD yen. If I just remove these drawings for a moment, what I can see is the CAD yen, we can see clear downside momentum, and we're continuing to create lower lows. Now I'm going to look at one more thing, which is a correlation with the dollar yen. So the reason I like this trade even more is the fact that when you look at the yen pairs, what we're going to look out for is for yen strength to confirm the short on the CAD yen and the pound yen. So we need strength in the yen. So what would give strength in the yen? We would like to see weakness in the dollar yen. So in order for that to happen, I want to see the dollar yen heading lower. So what I'm going to do here is, what I can see is that we have a 115 whole number, a significant number right here, which the market is bouncing off, and usually the market will react to these whole numbers. So what I'm expecting, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I do usually, there's a high probability that even on at least on a temporary basis, the market will respond off that level and head lower. I don't know how low it's going to go, but I expect a response. So that's kind of a correlation with the other pairs that I'm looking to trade. There's also another thing we can look at is the dollar CAD. The reason for the dollar CAD is if I'm looking for CAD yen short, then CAD yen short means weakness in the CAD. So weakness in the CAD means strength in the dollar. So looking for dollar CAD to show signs of strength. So let's look at the dollar CAD, and what we can see is that the dollar CAD has just been rallying up quite strongly since the beginning of the week. So that shows a sign of strength. Let's just look at the higher time frame, and we can see that as the dollar CAD is raging up, it's clear sign of strength here. We're not yet at any reversal points, and that just adds confirmation to the dollar CAD, to the CAD yen setup. So that's what I'll be looking at for today. New York session. Let's just take a quick look in terms of news for either the CAD yen or the pound yen. You can see we've got some minor news here that's happened this morning. We've got another minor news happening now, and then later on there is no CAD or yen news. We were looking at the pound yen, so this might fit with the pound yen. So far I would say that the setup is looking favorable, looking like the probabilities are on my side, and we'll see what happens. in the New York session, and we'll look out for that price action. So that's what I'm gonna look out for here and see when it happens. So if it does, then I'll take the trade, and if the price action doesn't respond, doesn't show me what I would like to see, then I'm not gonna look at it anymore as a high probability trade. Okay, hope that helps for today, and I'll probably leave the weekly trade for tomorrow. I'm gonna wait for some more price action to develop. We've got some more news coming up in the rest of the week. Most major news we've got is the New Zealand rates. We've got what do we have here? We have GDP on the dollar. We have the Bank of England speech. We have the European Central Bank speech on the Friday, a currency report on the dollar, and a big one will be FOMC on the dollar tomorrow. So we'll see what happens as the market develops closer to this time, and then make a decision from there. Okay, see you in the next video, and good luck trading.